Hello everybody, today we're going to go over the modified Denver hose load for the high-rise pack, how to properly put this hose pack back on the truck. This is a 3-person operation. You can do it with 2 if you have to, but it's definitely easier with 3 people. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is make sure that we have all 3 sections of hose here. The first 2 sections that we put back, we're going to do identical to each other. The third one is going to be the nozzle position, so we'll do that a little bit differently. We'll show you at the end. You're going to come down, find the mark that's 32 inches from the end of the coupling. The third firefighter is going to be responsible for feeding us hose, while the second one's going to be holding the top end and feeding the first firefighter the hose. You want to make sure your first fold is just below the coupling, and then folding it like an accordion back and forth. So at the same spot, just below the coupling. And then when you come back, the next one's going to be just a little bit longer, so that way it sits flatter when you pack it on the truck. Working back around, we're going to match what we just did on this side, keeping the pack tight as we go. Now a shorter one up here. The next thing we're going to do is split the pack to make it easier to carry. We're going to make sure that the female end stays on one side while taking the male end, making sure it's going to connect. When we pull the excess hose around the other side, we're going to ensure that we keep this nice and snug. Then we're going to take the excess hose and tuck it into the hose pack. Well, one firefighter keeps that side tight. Then we're going to connect the male and female couplings. And then we can attach the straps to secure this together. So we're going to get the hose straps. One firefighter is going to hold the pack tight while the other firefighter puts on the strap. You're going to make sure to snug this down, keep the pack in nice and tight while keeping the yellow tab on the top of the hose pack. Next, you're going to attach 2 of them, securing one of this hose, one of this flap, and the other down here. While I hold the pack. And you want to make sure you keep all of the yellow tabs on the same side of the hose pack. Alright, so this is the modified Denver hose load for the high-rise pack. This is going to be the first 2 sections of hose. Next thing we're going to do is go over the hose that has the nozzle on it. Alright, now we're going to go over the nozzle section of hose. So this is going to begin just as we just did the last 2 sections of hose, except the end of this one's going to be a little bit different. The first thing we're going to do is find the marking that's 32 inches from the end of the coupling. And then you can begin packing it in that same fashion as the last one. Once you get to this point, we're going to now make the nozzle attachment. We're going to separate the 2 sections. We're going to pull back the hose length here, so the nozzle can sit right on the edge of this hose load. We're going to take the excess hose here and tuck it in. That way the nozzle sits right on this piece right here. Once we've attached the nozzle, now we can put the straps back on where they go. One firefighter is going to hold the hose, and the other firefighter applies the strap. We're going to want to capture the nozzle when we do this and make sure that the yellow tab is on the same side throughout. Next, we're gonna add one strap here and one strap here. Make sure that all straps are snug and that the yellow tabs are all on the same side of the post pack. Now this is ready to be put back into service on the truck. All right, that's how you repack 150 feet of the modified Denver hose load.